All right. So, we're going to go ahead and start off with your first and last full name.
Ethan Buchanan.
Buchanan, that's a pretty interesting last name. What type of nationality is it?
It's Finnish. Any name that ends in like INEN is pretty much always Finnish.
Oh, interesting. Are your parents from Finland?
On my dad's side. My mom's just southern.
Gotcha. So you what, like third?
Probably like fourth. But honestly, I couldn't tell you.
Fair enough. And how old are you?
20, about to be 21.
Nice. And are you attending college?
Junior this year.
Nice. What college are you attending?
UIC in Chicago.
Nice. So what led you to choose UIC to go to college?
Some of my boys from back home were coming here, and I had the chance to live with them, and I hadn't really looked anywhere else. And I got a good CS program, so it kind of just worked out.
And CS being your major?
Computer science.
Nice. So what led you to choose that as your major?
Since I was like, I don't even know, in elementary school, my mom made me go to camps, and I was very into gaming and stuff, so I went to like camps to learn how to make games, and then a website one, a cybersecurity one, and here we are.
How old were you when you were doing that?
Probably like 7 for the first one, and then through like high school.
So would you say that like a lot of your upbringing, I guess, is kind of what led you to choose the major?
Yeah, like I've been set on computer science literally since like elementary school. Like it hasn't changed.
That's really cool. And so for high school, which high school did you attend?
Mattia Valley out in Aurora.
Nice. So then did you do a lot of computer science stuff over there, or just kind of?
I took every class they had for it. A lot of them were a joke. Like the coding class was a joke. Just very easy, very basic. But like the AP computer science classes, the second one at least, that actually, I mean, since I like had already done this stuff, wasn't that hard, but I'd say that was like an actual, like that was a lot closer to college than really anything else has been.
Interesting. So growing up, did you work any jobs or anything like that, or did you just focus mostly on school?
Through all of high school, I taught at Goldfish Swim School, teaching little kids how to swim. I really hated kids before I started there. Now I kind of blame the parents more than the kids, so it's better.
Fair enough. I feel like that's a better way of looking at it most of the time.
Yeah, it's not the kid's fault, it's the parent. Well, it's almost always the parent's fault, not the kid's fault.
Yeah, in most circumstances, I would imagine that's true. What type of swimming were you teaching? Just like standard like swimming? Like,
yeah, it was kids like ages 2 through 12. Although like, yeah, it was generally the youngers. It's literally just teaching them like to like float on their back and like be able to pull and just not drown really.
So you worked that same job then all through high school?
Like sophomore year through till I came to college.
Cool. And then from college, did you pick up any other jobs, or did you?
Let's see. I worked at Peanut Park for a few months. It's like a nice Italian place. I was bar backing there, or I guess server's assistant, technically they called it. Then from there to Mochi Nut. It was like this little Asian donut place on Taylor Street. It's got ice cream now too. Pretty crazy. Just worked as a receptionist there, giving people donuts, and now I work at Hawkeye's Bar and Grill as a bar back. Definitely better than the other two. It's harder work, but more money, so it's good.
Nice. So would you say that that's kind of like the more balance that you're looking for, is like work a little harder and like make more money rather than kind of just like chill out and make a standard like?
Yeah, whatever. Since like with school I don't have much time. However much I can make in like one shift a week, really, whatever job gives me the most for that one.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, with school and stuff, it's probably pretty hard to keep working like at the same time. Are you working like part-time?
Yeah, just one shift a week every Saturday. Be holding down the Saturdays. Sucks for trying to go out, but it's really the only day. Because they stay open until like 2 a.m. every night, 3 on Saturdays, but I just can't work till 2 on school nights.
Yeah, I mean, well, that makes sense, I guess. You know, working at a bar is kind of hard, I feel like. You know, coming back home late hours and all that stuff.
Yeah, very much so.
Let's see what else we got here. So, Would you say that there's a big difference from working a place like Goldfish, where you're teaching kids swimming and you're teaching them like just basic things and trying to get them to comprehend? Would you say that there's a very big difference from doing work like that as compared to like Mochi Nut or Hawkeyes, like you mentioned, or Peanut Park, where you're kind of actually doing physical labor or like have actual tasks, I guess, that you yourself have to complete in a certain amount of time? Would you say that there's like a very big difference between those two?
Yeah, very much so. At Goldfish, it was a lot of like you had like a curriculum for each like age range. Like if it was like a junior one, which is like generally like 3 to 4 years old, they're like just starting to like be able to like swim a few feet by themselves. That's really like, it's very individual. However you want to go about teaching that, you can. I mean, like, you get reviewed to make sure like you're not just like messing around with them the whole time, but like it's very, very low stakes as well. It's a 4-foot pool, so you really don't have to worry about them drowning. Just 4 kids a class. It's very, low stress. Just hang out, have fun, teach some kids. But the other jobs are much more, I'm relied upon a lot more, I guess. It's just much more stressful. Like a busy night at Hawkeyes, you're running around doing everything, trying to get things done in time, trying to keep the customers happy, essentially. When that just, there's nothing of the sort at Goldfish like that. Much easier. Mochi Nut is a nice middle though, because there you're still trying to keep customers happy, you're still doing some stuff, but it's also like you could be there for hours not doing anything, just hanging out waiting for people to come in. It's a good mix.
Yeah, I guess you kind of went from one to another with a nice little bridge in between. So as a barback at Hawkeyes, you said, is there like many different things that you're doing then, or is there one different, like, is there like kind of like one specific thing that you're doing all the time?
Primarily, it comes down to looking after the bar, making sure, because the place is primarily a bar, although we, serve food too. But it's primarily making sure that like the bar has enough, bottles in stock, enough liquor bottles, enough ice, everything they need to run the bar. But then it also comes to helping, especially like that's the top priority, I would say. But then once that's taken care of, if there's like food that needs to be ran for the servers, because if it's busy, they gotta be around talking to all their tables. They can always run food right as it comes out, get it to them quickly. So I go do that, make sure they got ice for their server station, clear tables, because especially busy days, getting like I don't know what it's called right now, but like the turnover, you want a high turnover rate of tables, like as soon as they leave, get it ready for the next one so that, you can make more money. And then restocking the beer cooler, that's honestly not that bad. It's just at the end of the night, assuming it was busy, you're going to be taking a lot of stuff out of there, so just bring back in, make sure it's cold for the next day. That's really it. It's a lot of just carrying stuff. A lot of carrying stuff.
So, being that there's so many different responsibilities, like, how would you compare that to like school, and I guess you could just say life in general, but in like your type of major, and as compared to how you're trying to prioritize your time at work? Would you say that those two kind of can go hand in hand in a way?
In a sense, yeah. It's really about trying to like optimize what you're doing to be the most efficient. Like the hardest part of getting a job in the computer science field is having what you write be more efficient than the next guy's. And I would say that it's pretty similar in that there's a lot of different tasks to be doing at Hawkeyes, and you could do any number of them, like, or choose to start with any number of them, but doing things in a certain order is faster, especially if you can like kind of in doing one like grab something for another, and then it's just all about efficiency, really. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I guess you can kind of see how like the both of those things kind of relate, and I guess with your interest and fascination with like computer science and things like that, I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand with like working these type of jobs, which is pretty interesting. Let's see what else we got here. So, any sports or anything like that growing up?
I played a lot of sports growing up. It was in elementary school. I played football, baseball, basketball. I know I'm forgetting one, but I don't even remember what at this point. I really liked those. I stopped playing baseball first because it just got boring. I made it far enough to where like it was like us pitching, not the coaches, because like that's how it was when we were like real little.
Yeah.
I like being pitcher, but everything else is boring as hell, so I stopped that. Basketball I played through like, I don't know, late middle school. Started off doing rec stuff with friends, because like when in elementary school it was like we had pretty much the same team for like basketball, football, and I played soccer when I was younger. That was it. Baseball, basketball, and soccer. We had like pretty much the same team, same parents. It was all very cool. I played more competitively, like on some Wheatland competitive teams, and what even was it? For like the Wizards for like a year on a travel team. I liked it. It's just I hurt my ankles a lot, and it just wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't my passion. I'd say I enjoyed it, but football, I love that. But I got like 7 concussions, only 3 bad ones, but 7 concussions by the end. So I stopped doing that before I got to high school. So it was fun, but I was getting too hurt. Soccer, I played when I was a kid, stopped that before middle school, I stopped that like real early. Like I played a couple of seasons when I was like, probably like 5. Then got back into that in 7th grade, tried out and made a travel team somehow, just for being athletic really. So I went to a practice, just like one of their practices, just to see what it was like, and I scored on them. And like I'm a dude who literally had no experience, like it was real rough for him. Which was lucky because I had a concussion during the tryout week, so I couldn't do the actual tryouts, but they still took me. But I broke my hip 3 times doing that, so no more soccer for me. Still have not kicked the ball or shot a soccer ball with my right leg since then. Then throughout high school I did track. That was a lot of fun. Made it to sectionals my freshman year, the 53 and the 400. Would have gone to state, but I ended up quitting track the next year for skateboarding. And that I would say is definitely, I don't know, my passion as far as sports goes. It's a mixture of an art and a sport. It takes a lot of athletic ability, a lot of just balls really, and just, I don't know, it's a lot of fun, very satisfying. But I hurt my ankle like 2 years ago now, and the tendons still aren't good. So now I'm sportless, just kind of doing rec stuff whenever.
Yeah, sounds like you're a pretty injury-prone guy, honestly.
Yeah, it's been quite the journey.
Have you ever gone to like any type of like physical therapy or anything like that when it comes to any of the injuries?
Probably like 3 or 4 years of my life has been spent in physical therapy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. It sounds like that's kind of what you might need. I mean,
I went, because I was in there for like a year straight for my hip. Okay, not 3 or 4 years, probably just like 2 or 3. Because a year straight for my hip, I did some stuff for my ankles, and then at one point skating, I was trying to learn stair sets, like gaps, and the impact is a lot more when you're landing, and my hips just were too tight, I guess, so they got like knocked out of, I'm forgetting the word here, alignment, and it was messing up something in my back. So one of the times it like just tweaked, and I literally couldn't move. Like my back was just stuck. Like it was fucked up. But I was in physical therapy for about a year for that too, just trying to get my hips right, really.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty crazy injury. The only time I've ever injured my back was probably some of the worst feelings. Like you can't really breathe a whole lot.
Yeah, you just had to lay down and wait for it to calm down.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's horrible. All right, man. Well, it's been a great interview. I appreciate your time, and that's about it.
Of course, thanks for the questions.